So I want you to tell me all about Downhill. What have we got here?
Well, do you know what? I've got a question for you first and foremost.
Okay, go on.
Where on earth has Will Ferrell been for the last few years?
Where has Will Ferrell been for the last few years? Producing anything and everything with a laugh track in it.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
but
Well, he's not
that's
really been
about
on
it.
our screens. I mean, the last time I saw him was like Daddy's Home.
Daddy's Home 2 was only 2 years ago.
Well, still,
Was it
2 years too long.
Was it 2 years?
Some might say he hasn't been on our screens since 2003. I do miss that man because he is your associated comedian, isn't he?
Yeah.
With when it comes to kind of those kind of funny films. And what we've got in Downhill this week is a new kind of Will Ferrell, I think. He's the story itself is based on a family on a ski trip, which I think is quite timely. Seeing, well, firstly, as I look out of the studio today, it's snowing.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yes, it's snowing in London Bridge.
Everyone else is on a ski trip, so this is very timely. And basically, this family go on this ski trip, and it starts to show up the cracks in the relationship between the mum and dad, which can either be played out quite funny, or it can actually have quite a lot of relatable sort of like ickiness about it.
Does seem to be a relationship drama, doesn't it?
Yeah, to some extent, a dramedy, I would say.
Here's what I think you're not picking up on. This was a huge event for our family, okay? And, sir, I don't want to make this a legal matter between us. I don't.
Billy.
No, I don't want to.
but-
What I'm saying is what I
yes.
don't want.
We're not in
Okay?
America where you sue because your coffee is hot, madam.
Screw you. I'm an attorney.
Okay. You've heard our complaint?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
someone needs to hear it.
Thank you for your time.
And no thank you for your time from me. That is for certain. I got it, okay?
Okay.
So that's Will Ferrell and Julie Louis-Dreyfus
Yes.
there as well.
So you've got two stalwarts of comedy there. Obviously, we all know about the wonderful Will Ferrell, but Julia Louis-Dreyfus, she is, I would say, probably your most Emmy-laden comedian in the States.
Quite possibly.
You can imagine. So you might recognise her from Veep, from Saturday Night Live, from Seinfeld as well. She is brilliant. What?
So I've just remembered what Will Ferrell was in recently.
Oh no, is it completely forgettable?
Actually, not forgettable. That's the problem. It was Holmes and Watson. Remember that? The film's so bad they wouldn't press show it.
So I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that was out
for
on,
that
That was
reason.
Boxing Day last year.
Wow. Okay.
It was terrible.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
That was almost a comedic sort of hand over mouth moment from you just there when you
It really
discovered
was.
that. But let's go back to this. So
So go on.
this movie is the English language version of 2014's Force Majeure. Have you seen that?
I did see Force Majeure, and I was really excited because I'm never a fan of the idea of remaking foreign language film into English.
Yeah.
Because I like The Raid. I love The Raid. I don't want them to remake that. I think Joe Carnahan is going to.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't
yeah.
do it. However, with the case of Force Majeure, I was excited because it's Jim Rash and Nat Faxon who've written and directed it.
Yeah.
And they are both comedic actors in their own right, comedic creators in their own right.
Yeah.
And I was really excited just by the idea because, it's Jim Rash from Community, it's Nat
Yeah.
Faxon, who I know from Broken Lizard. Great talents. Have they done a good job?
Do you know what? I have to say I was pleasantly surprised by
Excellent.
this. So first and foremost, it's an hour and 26 minutes. It's
What?
a short, sharp, easy watch, okay? It is centred around this family, but we've got some great supporting cast in there as well. I'm going to come on to that in just a moment.
Yeah.
But what I like about it is it's so relatable. We've all been on this holiday where mum and dad get a little bit bickery
That's
and then
every
suddenly...
holiday I've ever had.
Well, there we go. You'll see a lot to relate to on this. And the comedy is slightly more subtle in a way. There is no sort of him shouting out weird stuff every
Yeah.
now and again, like having his own little sort of
No Will
Tourette's moment.
Ferrellisms.
Yeah. There's none of that kind of stuff in it. It's more he takes a back seat to Julia on this,
Oh,
which I
okay.
quite like. And
Is he playing more beta male then to allow her to
do you know
lead
what?
it?
He's got his own issues. He's grieving after the loss of his dad, and he is taking life as a bit of but he keeps on saying carpe diem,
Oh,
so we're going to
right,
do
yeah.
it. And she's almost seen as more of a villain of the piece in a way, because she just wants things to just go normally as they should, and it doesn't quite work. But as well as that family unit, we've got people around them as well. And Miranda Otto is in this. And you might,
Miranda Otto?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so for anyone that doesn't recognise the name, she is in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. In this, she plays a hotel concierge who takes her role a little bit too far and becomes that too much more familiar with the couple, which again adds to the tension that you're facing. So this for me is like it's like a boiling pot. So it simmers and then kind of like explodes. And it's all based around the fact that On this ski resort, there are controlled avalanches. So
Yes, as seen in that clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, am I crazy, or in that clip was that Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones?
yes,
Big giant beady man.
Yes. He tiny little
Rightful lover to Brienne of Tarth. ladies
Yes,
and gentlemen.
100%.
Yes.
But those controlled avalanches are basically, it's the tipping point for the family dynamic
of course.
because a large unexpected avalanche goes down and basically instead of protecting his family,
Yes,
Will Ferrell
yeah.
grabs his phone and dives for cover.
I saw the clip, yeah.
Yeah, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus is, how could you do that? And that's
Yep.
just where it kind of all escalates from. It's funny, it's good, it's laughable, it's kind of got those scoffs that goes up to a belly laugh at points. It's something that I think there hasn't been a lot of marketing around it, and then suddenly it's come out of nowhere, but it's worth a watch in itself.
So, thumbs up, thumbs down from you?
2 and 3. 2 and
Two
3
and
quarter.
three? How many thumbs have you got?
1 3/4 thumbs up.
Fair enough, fair enough.